Fear is false evidence appearing real. Once you entertain fear into your life, one, it will cause self doubt. Two, it will distract you from your goals or your objectives in life. Three, it causes stagnation and delay in whatever you want to pursue in life. Four, it makes you feel inferior. It brings inferiority complex. Five, it brings hopelessness in your life. And ultimately, it causes you to feel condemned and judged. Therefore, it brings condemnation and judgment. If you have to overcome in this life, you must beat fear at whatever cost. Beat it. Beat fear at whatever cost. That is how you are able to break even in life. By self-doubt, you start feeling loss of confidence, loss of strength. You are like you can't do it, though you are fully trained, you are an adult, you have resources, but you feel like if you do it, you will fail. Self-doubt starts setting in, and then what it does, it goes to the second point, which is it distracts you from your goals and your objective. Once you have self-doubt, now you are distracted. That which you were to do now, you don't do it. You start doing other things to cover up for what you ought to have done, because fear is having a grip on you. Why are people distracted from their goals, whether in marriage, whether in investment, whether in ministry, whether in vocational, whatever area of your life, is because they are afraid. The fear has gotten hold of them. The third thing that happens is because now you have self-doubt, no confidence, and you are distracted from your goals. The next thing is stagnation. You are stuck, you are delayed, you can't move. You procrastinate things that you ought to have done. And once you start procrastinating things, then time passes you by and you are delayed in life. Once the delay has gotten hold of you, see, this thing is psychologically affecting you. Once it has gotten hold of you, you start feeling inferiority complex situation getting hold into your life. Now you start feeling less, inadequate, incapable of doing things. You compare yourself to others and you feel like you can't measure up. Inferiority complex sets in. Someone talked about grasshopper complex. You start seeing yourself as if you are grasshopper, others are giants in life. And then that's why you keep asking these questions. What is the secret in this life? Because now you don't have confidence in doing something for yourself, because fear has gotten hold of you. Once inferiority complex are set in, hopelessness come in. You start feeling, I have no hope for life. You are giving up in life. You are giving up on relationships. You are giving up on social life. You are giving up on your career, because fear has gotten another level into your life. Hopelessness start also bringing in even suicidal thoughts. You start feeling like life has no meaning. I cannot become anything. And that's why you find people who hata ukiambiwa compliment, you are beautiful, you are smart, unaanza kushangaa, really? Am I? Me? You start wondering, is it really you they are talking about? Because you have gotten into a state of hopelessness due to fear. The last thing that I would talk about this moment is, once fear has brought you into hopelessness, it brings you into a place of condemnation and judgment. A place of condemnation. You feel condemned. You start thinking that I'm cursed. You start thinking about your family lineage. Could it be the reason why you are where you are? Could it be that it's what your grandfather said? Could it be that it's what your father, your teacher said when you are younger? Because fear has brought you to a point of condemnation and judgment. At this point, suicidal thought also can creep in. You get into drugs. That's why people get into drugs, because you feel condemned, you feel you cannot move, you are stuck, you can't move, you can't do anything, and you feel like the world has condemned you. That's why you also feel like God has condemned you. Some have given up on faith. You no longer go to your place of worship because you feel what you did or what you have not done, God has judged you, has condemned you, and you are not fit for anything. You come to the point of condemnation. Be careful about fear. I have told you it brings you to a point of self-doubt. It distracts you from your goals. It stagnates or delays you in life. It brings you to inferiority complex issues. It brings you hopelessness. And ultimately, it brings condemnation and judgment. Beat fear by all means in your life. Anytime you feel afraid, those who are believers in any kind of religion, you pray, you trust in the divinity. It will guide you. Once you feel like you cannot do it on your own again, you reach out to the people who can also advise you and inspire you into something. You can also read materials that encourage you to pursue your goals in life. You can listen to speakers who can encourage you to pursue your goals in life. You can also reach out to counselors who can talk to you about how to move forward. But whatever it takes, don't come to the point of condemnation because you are afraid of so many things in life. You can rise up from that point of hopelessness. You can rise up from that point of condemnation and judgment. It is possible. It is possible for you to get out of that state of drug abuse because you lost focus in life and rise up again and pursue your goal. It is possible. Remember, this athlete in Kenya said, there is no man who is limited. There is no one who is limited. You can rise up again from that condition and pursue your goal. The society is still waiting for you to manifest. The good thing is that God put something in you that is greater and that is beneficial to the society. And once you have gotten out of that condemnation, out of that hopelessness, then pursue it. But whatever it takes, beat fear. You beat fear by doing what you desire to do. The worst thing that can happen to a man is death. If you want to die, then you don't have to be afraid about it. Don't entertain fear too much in your life.